Major changes are coming to San Diego County. The milestone just reached in the state that will let restaurants, gyms, and movie theaters open inside next week. Plus.
Get in there, Nick! Get in there!
It's Friday night and the lights are shining. High school football teams take to the field for the first time in more than a year.
ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
But first, the killer of a 17-year-old in Chula Vista remains on the run tonight. Good evening. I'm Kimberly Hunt. And police say the teenager may have been killed after an argument in a popular family park. Our ABC 10 News reporter Laura Acevedo goes to the city to figure out what's being done to keep the community safe.
Just hours after a teen was shot and killed at Sunset View Park, the park was empty, except for a Chula Vista police car patrolling the area. The community in shock.
My thoughts and prayers and my heart just breaks and goes out to this family.
My initial reaction was very tragic.
City Councilman Steve Padilla and John McCann, who represent Eastern Chula Vista, say they were notified of the homicide by the Chula Vista police chief Thursday night.
And I don't ever remember a murder like this ever happening, and I've lived in Eastlake for over 20 years.
Police are still investigating, but say it appears the victim went to the park with some friends and while at the park got into an argument with several others, possibly people he knew. As police investigate, the city councilmen say the department is increasing their patrols.
Additional assets have been deployed. We are stepping up our presence in the area, in the region.
Thursday's shooting, the second at the same park in a week. Saturday, a 15-year-old was also shot in the arm. He survived. Police say the two don't appear to be related. On social media, concerns about safety and requests for more police in the area. City leaders saying police are present.
In the last couple years, we actually doubled the patrols, and we've gone from a police department of under 200 officers to over 260 officers.
Witnesses describe the suspected shooter and his friends as males, ages 17 to 20, last seen leaving in a dark color four-door Honda or Acura sedan. Anyone with any information is asked to call Chula Vista Police. Laura Acevedo, ABC 10 News.
Turning to the coronavirus, San Diego is expected to move into the red tier next week. And this means places such as gyms, restaurants, and movie theaters will be able to reopen indoors at limited capacity. ABC 10 News reporter Mimi Alcala breaks it all down.
California has reached its goal of vaccinating 2 million people in some of the communities hit the hardest by COVID-19, meaning the state's reopening plan has been updated.
It's really, really exciting.
Before, counties had to have a case rate of 7 per 100,000 people to get out of the most restrictive purple tier. That number has now changed to 10 per 100,000. The state says San Diego County is expected to be reassigned to the red tier on Tuesday, with changes taking effect on Wednesday. In the red tier, gyms, museums, movie theaters, and restaurants will be able to reopen indoors at a limited capacity.
When we have rainy days, that crushes business for that day. But if we can be inside now, then that shouldn't be a problem.
Sean HALE is the general manager for El Cruce 241 in Chula Vista. The restaurant opened in October during the pandemic.
It was only shortly after we opened that, restrictions came back.
He's looking forward to officially welcoming new customers.
We're ready to get people back inside. We have all this space here, a lovely interior that we're just not able to take advantage of. So we're really excited.
Another big change to come. On Monday, vaccine eligibility is expanding to Californians between the ages of 16 and 64 with specific high-risk medical conditions or disabilities, including cancer, chronic kidney disease, heart conditions, Down syndrome, and more. But supply remains an issue, so appointments will be limited. The state's guidance says those who are eligible should first try to go through their healthcare provider. Other options will include pharmacies, local health departments, community pop-up clinics, and the state's My Turn website. Mimi Alcala, ABC 10 News.
People who qualify for a vaccine starting Monday will have to sign paperwork on site attesting to the fact they meet the current criteria. For the first time since last fall, San Diego County's 14-day rolling average for positive COVID cases is less than 3%. There were about 360 new cases reported today. Nearly 265,000 San Diegans have had the virus since last year. And the county also reported 12 more deaths since yesterday. It's the first night of high school football since the pandemic shut everything down. As ABC 10 News reporter Rena Nakano explains, fans say it's been a long time coming.
A very different high school football atmosphere tonight, as nobody is sitting in the stands. Instead, family and fans are all covered along this fence.
With their lawn chairs and binoculars, they're peering through the leaves and a fence. Fans are far from the action, but they're overjoyed to watch the first game of the delayed and shortened football season, Scripps Ranch versus Mira Mesa.
We're just happy that the boys are out there playing. I mean, it's just, they're so happy.
Tracy Gardenera is the wife of Scripps Ranch High School head coach Marlon Gardenera. Their older son, Nick, is one of two local student athletes who filed a lawsuit against the state to let them play, stating that if the pros and colleges can play, they should be able to as well. The judge agreed if each team found a way to have rigorous testing and COVID safety protocols. The players were all tested Wednesday and came back negative.
They want to play more than they want to spread COVID or not be here. And so they really are. All these boys out here, at least for Scripps, are doing the right thing.
2nd down and 10.
Let's not forget about the cheer squad.
We're so far away.
Dave Melusky is here to support his daughter Emily, who, like the football players, have waited for this moment for more than a year.
She's been cheering since she was 5 years old. This is her first varsity game. I mean, it kind of stinks that she's staring in front of empty stands for now, but I mean, we're here and we're all just happy to be here.
They say they'd much rather leave the lawn chairs at home and sit in the stands. Some parents have started a petition with the hope to make that happen.
It's not an option for us this week. Hopefully next week. We have a lot of parents that are working hard to do that.
It kind of makes more sense. I mean, look at all the people on the street and then look at all the empty space in there. I mean, they have to come up with somewhere where they can at least let family or something, at least a couple members of each family in.
Rena Nakano, ABC 10 News.
And not all schools were able to kick off tonight. The game between Mission Hills and Grossmont was canceled due to positive coronavirus tests. San Diego's tourism industry will have a big hole to climb out of once things start getting back to normal. The city says visitor spending dropped by more than $6 billion last year. International air travel fell by 90%. 75% of cruise ships stopped or were canceled. We spoke with a flight attendant who got his job back thanks to federal relief actions.
I think that travel is going to rebound in a big way. Forget the politics. Forget everything else. Take care of each other.
The San Diego Tourism Authority estimates it will take 5 years for the industry here to recover. And a reminder, the Del Mar Vaccine Superstation is closed through Sunday because of a shortfall in vaccine deliveries. People with appointments this weekend should have been rescheduled through the My Turn online system. Again, that's the Del Mar station. The White House is working quickly to get a national website and a 1-800 number up and running. Both of these are expected to help millions of Americans find places to receive a vaccine. This comes as President Biden announced every American will be eligible to be vaccinated by May 1st. Biden's hope is that loved ones can gather in small groups for the 4th of July.
Where we not only mark our independence as a nation, but we begin to mark our independence from this virus.
And help is on the way for millions of Americans. The $1,400 stimulus checks could hit bank accounts as early as tonight. And a judge handed a former Navy man the maximum sentence today for murdering his wife. Matthew Sullivan stabbed his wife Elizabeth to death in 2014 at their Liberty Station home. He then hid her body in a freezer for nearly 2 years. On the day he planned to move out of town, he dumped her body in San Diego Bay. Sullivan was sentenced to 15 years to life in prison for second-degree murder. And a former San Diego sheriff's captain who pleaded guilty to running an illegal gun trafficking ring will spend 2 years in prison. Marco Garmo was sentenced this morning. He bought and resold guns available only to law enforcement while falsifying the records. Today, the judge described it as a level where Garmo almost became a mob boss. Garmo will also have to pay $8,300 in fines. Both of New York's senators and several other top leaders are joining the call now for Governor Andrew Cuomo to resign. 55 New York lawmakers are now publicly saying Cuomo should step down. And that includes Senators Chuck Schumer and Kristen Gillibrand, as well as Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. In a statement, she said that Cuomo can no longer effectively lead in the face of so many challenges. Cuomo also faces impeachment inquiries for his handling of nursing home deaths during the pandemic and for sexually harassing women. Cuomo says he did not and he will not step down.
Let the review proceed. I'm not going to resign. Wait for the facts.
The New York State Assembly is beginning its impeachment investigation.